Hello and welcome to part 5 of the 15th anniversary bundle. In this bundle we're taking a look at the Pioneer II class. We'll be looking at the Vanity shields available from the Dilithium store during certain events of the year, and also the one from the Zen store. I've changed the nacelles on this one just so we can get the goal on both sides, and it doesn't have the Bizarre Collector effect on this one either. And the chapters for the video are listed in the description down below, along with several links that I'll cover off at the end of the video. But one just to draw your attention to is the GoFundMe page for CasualSab, if you could have a look and help out if you can. So let's jump into the video. First up we have the Alliance Vanity Shield from the Khitomer Alliance bundle. That bundle also includes a uniform and an upgrade, and this is currently the only shield available in the Zen store. So we have a white hull material with some gold shading and some grey shading, as well as some red piping as well. Of this lovely cyan patterned deflector array. See more of the grey and gold shading there. Same on the nacelles. Then we have the cyan lighting for the nacelles themselves. As you can see from the light hitting the nacelle here, you can see that pattern effect that is within the white of the hull material. So that's on all Alliance ships, as well as obviously the Alliance Vanity Shield, and we can see it there coming through the red stripe on the opposite nacelle, and same on this one here. Then we have the red, orange, yellow, white and back again for the impulse engines, and the cyan deflector effect there again on the rear deflector. Then we've got a touch more cyan lighting there on the top of the nacelles, along with some more gold shading there. And with the same here on the underside. Moving on to the Dilithium store now. So this is a Safe Galaxy Refit Vanity Shield. So we have this two-tone patterned grey hull material, almost like a urban camouflage. You see a bit of the lighter grey there at the front of the nacelles. And with the gold patterned deflector array there. Then with the gold in the nacelles and the gold there for the impulse engines. And the same deflector effect there for the rear deflector. And with some more of that gold lighting there on the top of the nacelles. Some more of the lighting on the underside there, and then that pattern affecting the material, and some more touches of the grey shading there on the pylons. Next up's a very popular shield in the game. It's the Baul Vanity Shield. So with this black hull material, you see the red lines do stand out really nice against it. Touch of white lighting there at the bridge module. And with this cyan lighting, two circle effect for the deflector array. Have the cyan lighting there for the nacelles. Then that lovely red material effect for the impulse engines. Again, the same effect for the rear deflector as the front one. As we're rotating round and up, you can see that X pattern effect within the hull material. Then some white lighting here on the nacelles. Then the same here on the underside. Touch more of that white lighting, and then that etched pattern design. Here we have the Borg Vanity shield, and this gives your vessel the look of a liberated Borg vessel. So we've got the grey hull material with a pattern effect made up of various shapes and sizes of hull plating. You see this blue lighting and the orangey gold lighting here. So underneath that is a black conduit material. So it's designed to give appearance of sections of the hull missing their hull plates. And we have this lovely blue patterned deflector array. We have the tapered blue for the nacelles there. Same there for the impulse engines, and again that deflector array effect at the rear, mimicking the front. There's that gold conduit material effect there. Same on the top with the blue at the front. And I've got the blue lighting there on the cells themselves. And just a touch more of that blue lighting, and then that patterned effect for the hull material. This is the Courier Raider Vanity shield, so it's an older shield in the game and not to be mixed up with the newer Breen Courier Raider Vanity shield. So this grey, almost bare metal style hull material with touches of black shading. The very bright white deflector array there. And very bright and white for the nacelles. And then for the impulse engines. And we've got the same white pattern deflector effect there at the rear. Look down, again, very, very bright as the light hits the hull material there. And got some of the white lighting and some more black shading there. Now on the underside, touch more of the white lighting, and then some more of that black shading there in the pylons. This is the Discovery Vanity shield. So this shield has two different visual appearances depending on your faction alignment. So for Federation aligned, we have the look of Starfleet vessels from Season 1 of Discovery. So we've got a two-tone pattern grey hull material. And this bluish white pattern here on the dome for the bridge. A very bright white deflector there with blue spokes on it and greyed out in the centre. We have the blue there for the nacelles. The red honeycomb pattern there for the impulse engines. And we can see that spoke effect on the rear deflector a bit clearer. And so it down, we've got that blue and white pattern lighting effect there. Top of the nacelles. Touch of the different shades of the hull material and the pattern effect just at the base of the pylons there. And more of that blue and white lighting effect there at the rear, and then the two-tone patterned hull material. And here we have the Discovery Vanity shield on a Klingon aligned character. Now got this brown patterned hull material. See this lovely orange, yellow and white patterned deflector array. And a touch of the green illumination just there. Now we've got the elliptical shapes there with the orange, yellow and white for the nacelles. And we have the yellow patterned impulse engines. And again that same orange, yellow and white rear deflector pattern there. Look down, we see the full extent of that pattern effect within the hull material. And we have the red illumination there on top of the nacelles. Then we have this red and white pattern effect here, and then just more of the overall pattern effect on the hull material on the underside. Here we have the Discovery Refit vanity shield. So slightly darker greys compared to the Discovery vanity shield. It's not like the two-tone of them, not. As you can see here on the deflector, we've got it greyed out apart from the centre with this white and blue lighting effect. Then we've got the blue and white there for the nacelles. The striped red impulse engines. The similar effect from the front to the rear deflector there. Some white lighting there on top of the nacelles. I see a bit of a pattern to the hull material there. And then we've got the same here on the underside. Here we have the emerald chain vanity shield. This brown patterned hull material. This greyish white deflector there with a pattern effect to it. Same with the greyish white there for the nacelles and also the impulse engines. And there's that deflector array effect for the rear deflector. That greyish white pattern effect there and the lighting on the top of the nacelles. Then you see this pattern material there where the Bassard collectors would be. Touch more of that lighting effect and then the pattern to the hull material there on the underside. So here we have the Emperor's Vanity Shield, a grey hull material. Yes, purple shading here at the front of the nacelles. You might be able to faintly make out that blue dot illumination. So that's throughout the full hull material. This lovely orange patterned deflector array here. You see the orange lighting there on the torpedo launchers. As I start to rotate through, there's that blue dot illumination pattern. So very similar to Starfield, just above it there. Got the yellow and white there for the nacelles. The cyan for the impulse engines. There's a clearer view of that orange pattern for the deflector array there. And we've got some of that orange lighting there on top of the nacelles. And you can faintly make out the blue dot illumination covering the full ship. And the same here on the underside, and a touch there of that orange lighting. Next up is the Ferengi Vanity Shield. So we have the orange hull material that we've seen on the Ferengi vessels in the TV shows. You can also see that rivet pattern there as well, and quite a bit of the saucer section. Got some grey shading and some gold shading as well. Then we have the yellow lighting there on the torpedo launcher, the patterned yellow deflector with the grey surround there. Bit of a lighter yellow there for the nacelles. and the deeper yellow again there for the impulse engines, and again that deflector pattern there on the rear deflector. Then as we look down, we can see the yellow there, lighting effect on top of the nacelles, some more of the gold shading, and you can see quite a bit more of that rivet detail on the hull and the pattern effect within the material. And the same here on the underside. And here we have the Hur'q Vanity shield. So I've got this green hull material. You see this black shading giving this textured pattern effect around the edge of the saucer there. Got some of this purple shading, some more green lighting there. Then we have this illuminated green material with a pattern effect on it. And this illuminated green patterned deflector array there, and some of the green lighting on the torpedo launcher. So the bands there of that illuminated green material. Same here at the front part of the nacelle. Then we've got the green there for the nacelle itself. And green there for the impulse engines. This illuminated green material here on the rear shuttle bay. And again that pattern effect there for the deflector. Then we see more of that shaded pattern material there for the nacelle and the green lighting on top of it. And we're the same here on the underside. Here we have the Kelvin Divergence Vanity shield. So similar to the Discovery one, it does have two different appearances depending on your faction alignment. So for Federation aligned, you get the look of Starfleet vessels in the reboot film. So we have this grey hull material with a pattern effect to it. Touch of gold there on the bridge dome. Then we have the blue patterned deflector array, very similar to that of the Enterprise in the reboot films. We have the blue and white there for the nacelle colouring, and then the orange patterned effect there for the impulse engines, and again that blue patterned rear deflector there. Then we've got the blue and white lighting there on top of the nacelle. And the same there on the underside. Here we have the Kelvin Divergence Vanity shield on a Klingon aligned character. So we've got different shades of green for the hull material with some grey shading as well. We've got this lovely red patterned deflector array. See the red and white illumination just here. Then we've got the blue honeycomb pattern there for the nacelles, and the red honeycomb for the impulse engines, and again that red patterned deflector array for the rear deflector. Let's look down. We've got the blacked out honeycomb pattern here at the top of the nacelles with some grey shading, and then the different shades of green for the hull material. And we're the same here on the underside. Some more touches of grey there, and then the different shades of green. Here we have the Prodigy Vanity shield. Notice lovely grey hull material, and you see a bit of a pattern material effect to it as well. Then we have the orange and very bright white and yellow parts there for the deflector array. The blue there for the nacelle colouring. The red striped effect there on the impulse engines. Again, that rear deflector effect there. The touch of blue and white lighting there on top of the nacelles. A touch more of that blue and white lighting there on the underside, and more of that pattern grey hull material. Another popular shield in the game is the Section 31 Vanity shield. So we've got a two-tone hull material, the darker grey and a slightly lighter one. We also have almost a checkered pattern to the hull material going around the outside of the saucer. Then we've got that pattern blue deflector array there, and greyed out in the middle there. The very vibrant cyan colouring there for the nacelles. Then the red honeycomb pattern there on the impulse engines. And again that blue effect there for the rear deflector. Then we've got the blacked out orbs on top of the nacelles there, and then this striped pattern where the Bassard collectors would normally be. And the underside you can see different tones there for the hull material. And a bit of blue illumination around the black dome there on the underside. Here we have the Shrike Vanity shield. So we've got this reddish orange hull material with some burgundy shading there and a touch of grey shading as well. And we've got this very bright yellow and red target deflector array. Always nice to have something to aim for. And with the orange there on the nacelles. And the orange and red effect there for the impulse engines. And there's a clearer view of that target effect on the rear deflector. Then we've got some of that yellow and red lighting effect there on top of the nacelles. Same there on the underside, a touch more of that grey shading there on the pylons. Here we have the Tzenkethi Vanity shield. So we've got this green hull material with this carved pattern in it. Got some touches of grey and black shading there as well. And we've got that orange deflector array, same orange lighting there for the torpedo launchers. Then we have this panel lighting material, and as you can see, certain parts of it are pulsating away, quite the thing. And we have the white there for the nacelle colouring, same there for the impulse engines. Then we have that pulsating light going right across the rear shuttle bay there. The orange again there for the rear deflector. We have some yellow lighting there on top of the nacelles. Again, more of that panel lighting with the pulsating effect going down the spine of the ship, if you like. Same there on top of the nacelles. And the same here for the underside. touch more of that orange lighting there, and a bit of a pattern effect there on the pylons. Again, pulsating light effect there as well. And the last shield that we have in the Dilithium store at the moment is the Zhat Vash Vanity shield of the olive green and sandy brown hull material there. This very vibrant green deflector array, and the green lighting that actually looks like a pair of eyes at the torpedo launchers there. Very bright green nacelles. The red stripe pattern there for the impulse engines. Again, that green illuminated deflector array at the rear. And we've got some red lighting effects there on top of the nacelles. It's almost like an army camouflage this shield with the colours. And then got some more of that red lighting there on the underside, and a touch of grey shading here on the pylons. And that concludes a look at the Pioneer II. So thank you all very, very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, several links in the description. So I have my Real Merch affiliate code that will get you 5% off your orders. Unfortunately, they've changed it to a one-time only code. There's several content creators that have their codes as well. So if you've tried them and they no longer work, feel free to give mine a try. Also got links there to my X and Blue Sky social medias. Links there for the STO wiki and the main Star Trek Online news blog. I've also done the TOS version of the Pioneer video, so that's linked in there as well. And I will be doing one on the Plymouth variant, so the Exeter skin of the ship, as it is a bit different from this one. So look out for that in the near future. And then for more content, check out CasualSab, Nick NB or MC Stu. Got their YouTube and Twitch channels linked there. Whole host of content available, from news, reviews, builds, Q&As, live streams. The guys are extremely knowledgeable, very entertaining, and extremely friendly. As always, until the next video or the next live stream, thank you very much for watching.